Right now, as you listen to this, you are making a mistake that is costing you everything. You are pouring your energy into everyone around you. You give, you sacrifice, and you neglect yourself. You think it's noble, but it's not. It's self-destructive. The moment you forget to invest in yourself, you begin to lose your strength. You are not a bottomless well. Stop investing in others. Start investing in yourself. This is the path to clarity. This is the path to true strength. You must build your own foundation before you can help others stand. I want you to pause right now and comment, "I am my first investment," below. Write it. Own it. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Neglecting yourself is not just a missed opportunity. It's a slow decay. It's like a warrior who goes into battle unprepared, exposed and vulnerable. You may feel like you are doing good by prioritizing those around you, but in reality, you are weakening your own armor. If you want to ensure that you can help others effectively, you must first ensure that you are strong. So let's break this down. How much longer will you ignore your own needs? How long will you allow your self-care to slip away? The cost of neglecting yourself is steep and unforgiving. You can't afford it. The poison of people-pleasing. Break free from expectations. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. They think that to earn love and respect, they must bend themselves to every expectation. They chase the approval of others, believing it defines their worth. But this is a trap. The poison of people-pleasing will drain your spirit and imprison your potential. Let me tell you a story. There was a time when Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, faced a dilemma. His students would gather every day, hoping to learn from him. But they often asked him to change his teachings, to conform to popular opinion. One day he snapped. He said, "If you wish to be a slave, then you shall be a slave to the opinions of others." Epictetus understood something profound. To seek approval from others is to place your existence in their hands. When you do this, you lose your own voice. You lose your freedom. People-pleasing sounds harmless, but it's a silent killer. It steals your authenticity, leaving you a shadow of yourself. You become a puppet, dancing to the tune of what others think you should be. Now pay attention. This is the real lesson. When you chase the approval of others, you lose sight of your own goals. You neglect what matters most: your growth, your dreams, your passions. You may think you are being kind, but true kindness starts from within. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This means that you can choose how you respond to others' expectations. Ask yourself, who am I living for? You must take action now. Write down the things that truly matter to you. What do you want to achieve? What are your values? Then, commit to guarding those ambitions fiercely. Start small. This week, say no to something that drains you. A toxic friendship, an obligation that offers no joy, an expectation that does not align with your values. Stand firm. But here is the part nobody talks about. People will resist your changes. They will push back when you stop bending to their will. Expect it. That resistance is their struggle, not yours. Remember, you are not responsible for their feelings. You are responsible for your own well-being. Make your needs clear, and do not apologize for prioritizing yourself. Now that you understand this, let me show you the weapon that makes it stick. The trap of comparison. Escape the social media mirage. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. They see someone else's achievements and feel that sting of envy. They scroll through social media and start to measure their lives against curated highlights of others. It's a trap, and it's nearly impossible to escape unless you recognize it. Imagine the powerful Roman emperor, Marcus Aurelius. He was the leader of a vast empire, yet he often struggled with doubt. In his journal, he reminded himself not to compare his life to others. He wrote, "Do not waste time on what you cannot control." This wisdom speaks directly to the heart of the comparison trap. You cannot control what others choose to show. You cannot control their successes or failures. All you can control is your mindset and how you respond to your own journey. When you find yourself scrolling, feeling inadequate because of someone else's highlight reel, remember this: you are on your own path. Everyone's journey is unique, filled with obstacles and triumphs that you don't see. But here is the part nobody talks about. Social media can create a false sense of reality. We see the polished, filtered lives of others and forget that behind every photo is a story, often filled with struggles, failures, and pain that remain hidden. Consider this: when you wake up each day, you have a choice. You can compare yourself to others, allowing their lives to dictate your self-worth. Or you can invest in your own growth. You can embrace your path with all its imperfections. Start with a simple action. Each day, write down 3 things you are proud of. These could be small victories: a workout completed, a project finished, or a kind deed done. Recognize your progress, however modest it may seem. Now, here's the hard truth. Most people stop here. They think that recognizing their worth is enough. But it's not. You must also cut the noise. Unfollow accounts that make you feel less than. Surround yourself with voices that uplift you, inspire growth, and remind you of your value. You are not here to be a reflection of someone else's success. You are here to be the author of your own story. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me, for the version of you that needs this reminder next week. Now that you understand this, let me show you the weapon that makes it stick. The shield of self-doubt. Overcome your inner critic. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. They fall prey to the inner critic, that relentless voice whispering, "You are not enough." This shield of self-doubt can be deafening. It blocks our potential, limits our dreams, and keeps us shackled in our comfort zones. Imagine a soldier preparing for battle. He stands on the battlefield, sword in hand, ready to fight for what he believes in. But inside, he fights another battle. The voice that tells him he's not worthy, that he will fail. This soldier is no different from you. His struggles mirror the battles you face every day. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius understood this struggle well. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In plain language, he reminds us that our thoughts shape our reality. You control how you react to your inner critic. So what can you do? Take decisive action. Write down the negative thoughts that plague you. Don't ignore them. Acknowledge them. Then, counter each one with a positive truth about yourself. For example, if your inner critic says, "You will never be successful," respond with, "I have overcome challenges before, and I can do it again." This is your armor against self-doubt. But here's the part that gets dangerous. Many people stop at acknowledgement. They don't challenge their inner critic. They let it dictate their lives. You must be different. You must act. Let me give you a specific strategy. Every morning, as you wake up, take 2 minutes to stand in front of the mirror. Look yourself in the eye and say 3 affirmations. These should be things you believe about yourself. Not what you hope to be, but what you truly are. Statements like, "I am capable," or "I am worthy of success." This routine is your sword against doubt. The more you confront your critic, the less power it has over you. Now pay attention. This is the real lesson. It's not enough to simply recognize self-doubt. You must also speak back to it. Own your strengths and let them drown out the noise of negativity. If you can do this, you're not just surviving. You are thriving. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there is something even more dangerous lurking just beneath the surface of your mind. The weapon of intentional time. Carve out your growth space. You have a choice to make. Will you let the chaos of life dictate your growth? Or will you carve out a space specifically for your development? This is where many falter. They fill their time with distractions, allowing others to shape their schedules, their priorities, and even their dreams. Do not be one of those people. You have the power to reclaim your time and turn it into your weapon. Imagine the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. He ruled an empire, yet found time for reflection and growth. Every morning, he wrote in his journal, reminding himself of his purpose. He understood that intentional time was essential for growth. You have power over your mind, not outside events, he wrote. Realize this, and you will find strength. What does this mean for you? It means you can choose how you spend your time. You can decide to create space for the things that matter. You may have obligations to others, but do not let them overshadow your own growth. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. They think they have no time. They let every urgent task pull them away from what is truly important. Your growth requires intentionality. It requires carving out time each day to focus on your goals, your skills, and your development. Take a moment to consider this. When was the last time you set aside an hour specifically for your personal growth? When did you last invest in yourself? If you can't remember, it's time to start. So here's your action step. Block out time each day dedicated solely to you. It could be reading a book that inspires you, writing down your thoughts, or practicing a skill you want to master. Make it a non-negotiable part of your day. Morning, noon, night. Pick a time and protect it fiercely. But this isn't just about time management. It's about valuing yourself enough to prioritize your development. And this is where it gets serious. If you don't carve out this space, you risk stagnation. You risk allowing life to pass you by while you chase after the priorities of others. You can control your time. You can shape your development. Own it. By doing this, you're not just surviving. You are deliberately crafting your future. So, I challenge you again. What will your growth space look like? Pause for a moment and comment below. Share your vision. Not only does it hold you accountable, but it might just inspire someone else. Now that you understand the importance of carving out your growth space, let's explore the next step in ensuring your growth remains unstoppable. The protocol of skill development. Forge your unique path. Most people think they know how to develop skills, but here is where most people completely fall apart. They rely on others to show them the way. They expect the world to hand them the tools they need. This is a dangerous mindset. It puts your growth in the hands of others. You must forge your unique path. Consider Thomas Edison, a man who faced failure after failure but never stopped trying. He took each experiment, each setback, as a step toward success. Edison didn't wait for someone to teach him. He learned by doing. He took action. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that challenges are not obstacles. They are opportunities for growth. When you encounter difficulty, don't shy away. Embrace it. Use it as fuel to develop your skills. Each challenge you face can teach you something. So what is your plan? How will you take action? Start by identifying one skill you want to develop. Make it specific. Don't say, "I want to be better at my job." Instead, say, "I will learn public speaking." Next, create a plan. Break it down into smaller steps. What will you do each week to advance this skill? Then, hold yourself accountable. Share your goal with someone who will keep you honest. And most importantly, take action. Tonight, before you sleep, write down your plan. Outline your steps and commit to them. But here is the part nobody talks about. You must not only be willing to work hard, you must also be willing to learn from others while maintaining your own path. Don't go blindly following the advice of every self-proclaimed expert. Take what resonates with you and discard the rest. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me, for the version of you that needs this reminder next week. You are not just a passive recipient of knowledge. You are an active player in your own development. Remember, skill development is not a sprint. It is a marathon. You will face challenges along the way. The key is to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps may seem. Every day is a new chance to learn. Choose to invest in yourself. Choose to forge your unique path. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there is something even more important that lies ahead in your journey. The power of saying no. Defend your energy. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. They are so busy trying to please everyone that they forget to protect their own energy. This is a mistake that keeps you trapped. Saying yes too often leads to burnout. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That's Marcus Aurelius speaking directly to you. You must recognize that your energy is limited. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you fill everyone else's cup first, eventually, you will have nothing left to give yourself. Think of the story of Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher born into slavery. Despite his circumstances, he held tightly to what he could control. When given orders, he didn't hesitate to say no to the things that drained him, focusing instead on what strengthened his mind and spirit. This lesson can change everything for you. Your time is your most valuable resource. When you say no, you reclaim that time for your own growth and well-being. This is not selfish. It is necessary. You cannot support others if you are depleted. Now pay attention. This is the real lesson. You must practice saying no. Start with small commitments. If a friend invites you to an event that drains you, decline politely. If someone asks for your time and energy without consideration for your own needs, don't be afraid to say no. Define your boundaries. Write them down if you have to. This physical acknowledgement will make it easier to enforce them. Take a moment tonight. Write down 3 things you commit to saying no to over the next week. Hold yourself accountable. Share your intentions with someone who understands and respects your boundaries. But here's the danger. Most people stop here. They think saying no is enough. It's not just about declining others. It's about redirecting that energy back to yourself. You need to fill your cup before you can help others. Find what rejuvenates you, whether it's reading, exercising, or spending quality time with loved ones. Invest that reclaimed energy into activities that enrich your life. This is your time to build a stronger version of yourself. So, defend your energy fiercely. Let every no be a yes to your own growth and development. Now that you understand this, let me show you the weapon that makes it stick. The final word. Invest like your future depends on it. Right now, as you listen to this, you are standing at a crossroads. You can either continue to invest in distractions, or you can choose to invest in yourself. This is a battle for your future. Every day, you have the power to decide where your energy flows. Choose wisely. Let me remind you of a powerful Stoic principle. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." You see, it's not enough to talk about your goals and intentions. You must commit to action. You must invest in yourself with the same intensity that you show others. Take a moment to reflect on this. What does it mean to invest like your future depends on it? It means prioritizing your growth like it's a matter of life and death. Imagine this. You are a soldier preparing for battle. You do not go into war untrained or unprepared. You invest time in building strength, honing your skills, and sharpening your mindset. Now, here's where most people completely fall apart. They think investing in themselves is selfish. But this is a lie. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You need to become the strongest version of yourself to truly support others. So ask yourself, what are you doing today to set yourself up for success tomorrow? It can be as simple as reading a book that challenges your thinking or taking a class that develops a new skill. Tonight, before you sleep, I want you to write down 3 actions that will serve your future self. Share these actions with someone who understands the importance of growth. This accountability will keep you on track. But make no mistake, it takes discipline. It takes intense focus. Like the Stoic warrior, you must train daily, pushing past the limits of comfort. Now, if you are serious about this, I challenge you to step up. Commit to being the architect of your own future. By doing this, you are not just saying yes to your dreams. You are also saying no to mediocrity. Invest in yourself relentlessly. Every moment counts. Each decision matters. Subscribe. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And I will see you in the next one.